Good evening, my dear friends of book lovers. I'm gonna continue reading the book of the Soul, Mind, Body, Science, Medicine System, Grand Unification Theory, and Practice for Healing, Rejuvenation, Longevity, and Immortality. This is the second book, actually the third book, but this is in the science book. This is the earliest book uh, that I'm following from the first book, the Dao Science book, and that is written with both of these were written with Dr. Master Sha and Dr. Rulin Shu. She is the quantum physicist that with the mathematics and the physics has proven uh, the soul, the existence of the soul, and how all these miracle healing that Master Sha has done could be explained scientifically. So it's a great unification of science and spirituality. So I would read a little bit of a background, what this book is all about, from the slips on the back, and a little bit of the history about who Master Sha is and Dr. Rulin. Okay, and then I would start reading the actual book, which is chapter 1, and that explains about Dr. Rulin Shu Grand Unification Journey. Okay, are you ready? I am. I love reading books. Okay, it starts at what is a soul? Are miracles real? When the soul is healed, how does the body respond? Throughout history, there have been countless cases of miracle healings, unexplainable by modern science. Dr. and Master Sha has personally healed thousands of patients, usually in front of dozens of witnesses. Hundreds of videos for these healings can be seen on YouTube. But how can this healing be explained? Soul Mind Body Science System is the first book to explore the scientific explanation for why soul healing miracles are genuine. Written with Dr. Rulin Shu, an expert on string theory and a quantum physicist who trained at the University of California, Berkeley. Dr. Sha shares for the first time the scientific theories that explains why all actions on Mother Earth are guided by the reality of the soul. In soul mind body science system, the complex and fascinating relationships presents between matter, density, information, soul, and the consciousness are truly examined. Written for armchair and professional scientists alike, this book makes a scientific contribution to ongoing debate about the true nature of reality. As the lines between science and spirit blur, this investigation becomes even more important. The groundbreaking Soul Mind Body Science system is for all readers who have contemplated the fundamental scientific laws of the universe and sought answers beyond those offered by the popular science and the mainstream faith. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about who Master Sha is. Master Sha is a soul healer, a world-renowned master healer and a divine servant. He is the creator of a soul, mind, body medicine. He was trained as a conventional medical doctor in China and the doctor of a traditional Chinese medicine in Canada and China. The founder of the Institute of Soul Healing and Enlightenment and the Love, Peace, Harmony movement. Master Sha is a grand master of many ancient disciplines, including Qigong, Tai Chi, Kung Fu, Feng Shui, and the I Ching. Master Sha is also an expert in most advanced cellular healing science now occurring in China. In the West, he is involved in breakthrough research on the effects of spirit on the human system. Master Sha was named Qigong Master of the Year at the fifth World Congress on Qigong. In 2006, he was honored by the prestigious Martin Luther King Jr. Commemorative Commission Award for his humanitarian efforts. Dr. Rulin Shu, that I showed you her picture, is a theoretical physicist working on a string theory and the Grand Unification Theory. Was inspired by Master Sha to mathematically formulate soul, mind, heart, and consciousness using physics and to create a grand unification theory to unify them with physical existence. She's also an entrepreneur, herbalist, singer, healer, and author. As a student of Master Sha, Dr. Shu devotes her life to seeking the ultimate truth. So I read before about the foreword by Irvine Laszlo, author of Science and the Akashic Field, that was nominated twice for the Nobel Prize. And I talked about, the introduction and how to use the book with the practices and everything. And now I came to on the third page of Dr. Rulin Shu, Grand Unification Journey. So I would start from the first paragraph when she I would start from here, repeat one paragraph, because I noticed that it's very important for people to know her background a little bit. She says that in my last year of college, I worked at the Shanghai Institute of Laser Technology as a summer intern. One weekend, I found some of the highest treasures of the world in the most fascinating place in all of the Shanghai, a street where every store was a bookstore. On this amazing street, I found a small, almost totally run-down shop. It occupied only a small room. The books on the shelves looked old. For some reason, it drew my attention. It was a bookstore opened by the publisher Chinese ancient classic books. At that moment, I realized that growing up during the Cultural Revolution and the criticizing ancient Chinese culture, I had never actually read the books I was taught to criticize. I picked up a couple of these books and I started to read them in the store. I was shocked by the profound wisdom in the books. I bought as many books as I could. After visiting ancient Chinese classic bookstore, I stopped reading books on a Western philosophy and psychology. I knew the wisdom I had been searching for to unlock the Grand Unification theory could be found in these books. I have been studying these ancient Chinese books deeply to this day. By the time I completed my university study, I received a prestigious award for experimental work on laser physics. In 1989, I left China to pursue graduate studies in physics at the University of California at Berkeley. I learned to do research pursuing string theory as the Grand Unification theory. I tried to drive all the fundamental particles, including their masses and other properties, and all fundamental forces from string theory. It was exciting and ambitious work. I worked with Professor Mary Giller, who is one of the physicists who helped predict the masses of charm quark and the B-quark. She is one of the most eminent scientists in supersymmetry, supergravity, and superstring. My doctoral work went smoothly. I was able to make progress easily. Others said my work was important, but I was not satisfied. I could not reach the Grand Unification theory. I was frustrated by work hard on it every day. I brought many ancient Chinese books with me from China to Berkeley. I read them every day. I knew that the key to the Grand Unification theory lay in these books, but I could not understand or realize how to apply this great wisdom. Berkeley, California is probably the most dynamic place I have ever been. I had very stimulating intellectual and social life. I had lots of friends and lots of fun in Berkeley. Deep inside, though, I did not feel complete peace, joy, or satisfaction. Despite all the activities I took part in, I did not feel completely alive. After completing my dissertation on string phenomenology and receiving my PhD, I took a postdoctoral research position at the Houston Advanced Research Center. In 1996, I set up a business to help a friend in China make some business contacts in the United States. I thought that it would take only a few hours, but before I knew it, I found myself doing business full time. completely forgetting my task of working out the Grand Unification theory. Before I started the business, I had never worked at a real life job. I had to start by learning basic things such as sending a fax and writing a business letter. With persistence and luck, I became very successful in business. In a very short few years, my family and I set up a factory in China to manufacture natural remedies. Then I moved to Hawaii to set up another factory. My Hawaii factory became $1 million factory in 6 months. I started collecting herbs when I was 6 years old. My business has reawakened my passion for natural herbal remedies. Reconnecting with nature's healing treasures has also helped open my spiritual communication channels. In Hawaii, I started to have deep spiritual awakening. In 2004, the divine appeared to me and it showed me that we are all so deeply loved and the world is made of love. The divine told me that we were given the highest gifts and treasures to create whatever we may ever have ever desired. I was awakened by the divine. My life completely changed. The struggle and the hard work vanished. Everything became love. It was so beautiful to live in this way. Until now, I have been in a process of deepening my living in a divine love. I deeply realize this is the only way to live. Everything else is to learn how to get here. It's all preparation. Divine, the divine brought things to me that I never could have imagined I could have, including the most beautiful home anyone could ever imagine, with a hot spring pond nearby, my own private beach. Wow. The divine also brought people to me to expand my business. Many gifts the divine had brought into my life. The greatest is my spiritual teacher, Dr. and Master Sha. It was very clear right from the beginning that meeting Master Sha was divinely arranged. Two female kahunas told me about Master Sha. They strongly urged me many times to attend his workshop. On September 9th, 2009, I attended his one-day workshop in my neighborhood and I finally met my beloved teacher, Master Sha. I was very impressed by Master Sha's miraculous healing power. I was very touched by his dedicating his life to serve, and I truly enjoyed his use of soul song singing and soul dancing as part of soul healing and rejuvenation. At the end of workshop, he was signing books for me. I told him that I wanted to become his student. At that time, I had no spiritual training and no experience of following any spiritual tradition. I did not know what it meant to have a spiritual teachers. I realize now that Master Sha is the most humblest spiritual teacher. It took me quite a few years to fully understand how to respect and honor my spiritual teacher. I have ever since learned how to do uh, how to do uh, that. To do is the highest blessing. With Master Sha as my spiritual teacher, my life entered into new era. I'm finally on the path and the way to my highest destiny. I have finally arrived. With blessings from Master Sha, my spiritual third eye uh, became more open. My soul, heart, mind, and body intelligence have expanded. I'm able to receive higher level messages and the wisdom from heaven and the divine. I have been absolutely wonderful. It has been absolutely wonderful and empowering to be able to directly communicate with the divine and to receive information and the messages. Master Sha's blessing also took my singing to an amazing level. I often found myself offering people soul healing blessings through my singing. My singing has created many soul healing miracles. People invited me to sing for their birthdays, weddings, fundraising events, concerts, and festivals. A friend put my singing in his movie and also made a CD collections of my singing. Our local TV station aired 3 half-hour TV shows featuring my singing. Through my singing, many people, organizations, and events have received tremendous blessings from the divine. The joy that I experienced from being able to heal, bless, and help people in this way is beyond words. Through Master Sha's teaching and the blessings, my childhood dream of helping people through my singing and dancing reached a level I could not have imagined before. Since starting to study with Master Sha on September 9th, 2009, I have joined almost every one of his workshops and retreats, either in person or by webcast. My spiritual growth has been tremendous. I deeply understand Master Sha's teaching. The purpose of life is to serve. I'm extremely grateful that Master Sha has inspired and empowered me to serve humanity in ways I never imagined I could. The essence of Master Sha's teachings is Da I, greatest love. Da Quan Shu means greatest forgiveness. Da Bei means greatest compassion. Da Guan Ming, greatest light. Da Chuan Bei, greatest humility. Da Ho She means greatest harmony. Da Wan Man, greatest enlightenment, and more. In less than 5 years of studying with Master Sha, I have deeply transformed. This is because divine and the Tao qualities shine more in my soul, heart, mind, and body